Switch from YouTube TV to
Hey, Curvies. Thanks for coming in. I see you, Justin. Thanks for being here. Let the people get on in here. Let my beautiful intros play one more time. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for coming through to spend your time with me today on LRGA Curves. Make sure you're smashing that like button and smashing the subscribe button. Your way in. Go ahead and ring my bell. Ring my bell so you can get notified when I upload videos and so you can become part of the beautiful curvy community that I'm growing over here in the YouTube streets. Thanks again for coming through. I hope you're smashing buttons on the way in, curvies. Oh my God. Curvies. Curvies. I invited Brit Eady herself. I want to investigate her. I want to interview her. I want to interview Brittany Eady. Brittany Nicole Eady. I would love to. She is a phenomenal woman. I feel like she might be a phenomenal human that's getting a bum rap right now. I don't know. I've been in these YouTube streets. Again, I be windmilling for people, y'all, because I windmill for me. What I'm really windmilling for is my inner child. That's really what I be windmilling for. When I was supposedly windmilling for Candace Dillard Bassett and her right to speak freely in the United States of America on a show where she's paid to talk crap to other women who talk as much crap but not as well as Candace Dillard Bassett, and then they get their panties in a bunch and want to snatch her up because they don't know how to form a sentence that can read a bitch for filth without using a swear word. That turns into Candace Dillard Bassett's problem. Say not today, Satan. Therefore, I was saying for my inner child, not today, Satan. You have a right to say what you want in America. Did you guys know there's this thing called the Constitution? Yep, sure is. This thing called the Constitution here in the United States of America. Yep, sure is. And did you know that the First Amendment is freedom of speech? Yep, sure is. I do believe that's so. I don't know. I don't know what history they're going to be teaching in the new re-whitewashed history book since they're taking DEI and taking away all the Smithsonian uh, museums that demonstrate what foundational Black Americans endured in this country called America. Hmm. So I'm not sure what they're going to tell us. But the way things stand now, it is what it is. Okay, I was just putting a little lipstick on. I was thinking of showing my face today. That's what I was thinking of showing my face today. Some days I feel like it, some days I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys experience the beauty, the energy, the essence that is large curves. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Now I can't see me. I hope my room isn't too crazy. I haven't been in the Zen den. Like I could put that over there. I had my clothes rack out. We was getting rid of clothes, spring cleaning and whatnot. Let me make this big, see what I'm looking like. Hi, Curvies. Am I frozen? I don't know. Maybe I should have left the camera off because this shit be freezing. I don't know if you guys have noticed watching your other YouTube people, everybody's frozen. We all look like Max Headroom in this piece. We all look like Max Headroom in this piece. So I'm not sure. Maybe, see, look, I'm frozen again on my thing. I don't know if I'm really frozen on your thing. I don't know if I'm frozen on your thing, but I was frozen. I was just frozen on I'm frozen again on my thing. Am I frozen on your thing? It looks like I'm frozen on your thing too. See, that's why I just be all like this. Yeah, that's why I do it. Because I get so tired of watching myself freeze. But if you guys at any time cannot hear me, put a 0 in the chat. Okay? Just be sure to go ahead and put a 0. At any time cannot. Yes, go ahead and put a 0 in the chat because one thing that doesn't freeze is my voice. It just seems to be like the pixels or whatever it is what tends to freeze. Anyway, we were talking about the Constitution. We were talking about America. You pretty much get to say what you want to say. Let me make sure it's still an amendment if we still even have a Constitution. I don't know. The way 45 is running amok. I don't know if we still got that pigskin signed by the people, the forefathers. So I'm Googling first. Amendment guarantees fundamental freedoms, religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. Everything that's under attack. Okay, so in my reverie for the First Amendment, when I started my YouTube channel, I was always saying things like I felt like Candace Dillard Bassett had every right to, on a show where she's paid to be sassy and talk crap to these other ladies, that at no time was Monique and her fist of fury supposed to, I mean, at zero time was Monique and her fist of fury supposed to lay hands on Candace Dillard Bassett. Alhamdulillah. She was not supposed to. Alhamdulillah. Candace. Because they're on a show to paid to talk, right? Plus, you have a First Amendment right, freedom of speech. And you're supposed to ask questions. Most inquisitive minds ask questions. There is no stupid question. Remember that? We used to get told there is no stupid questions. And so, in that vein, I stand up for what I feel like I myself would stand up for when I'm team LRGA Curves, yet my team is cheering for a Candace. My team is cheering for, in this case, a Brittany. My team is cheering for a Nene Leakes. My team is cheering for a Dr. Heffley. My team is cheering for, you see what I'm saying? So I'm team me, but my team might be cheering for this based off of what my inner child and grown woman subscribe to or co-sign on now, right? So I subscribe to and co-sign to freedom of fucking speech. I don't really believe in censorship. I already told you guys I grew up in the 60s and 70s on top of this shit. So not a lot offends me. Not a lot offends me. I mean, you really got to dig deep and try hard. You really got to dig deep and try hard to offend me. Really. I will laugh a lot of shit off. Lots of shit. Just because I'm not a snowflake. Nope. I got a thick skin. Now, I'm not saying I don't get my feelings hurt. Like everybody, I have feelings. I have emotions. I have boundaries that if you cross, I may get emotional about and feel sad. I have that. However, I also have, I'm hardcore. From Oakland, Black woman in America. Think about it. So I am the strong Black woman that people say. However, I also appreciate being able to speak up for myself, speak truth to power, because real power is Yahusha Almighty. Okay. But yeah. So but speak truth to these humans who are all on our level trying to give us laws to follow and give us lines to exist within and give us boxes. They give us a L7, take a L and a 7, you put it together and you get a box. They give us this to live within when there's all of this to experience. It's kind of fucked up. So, and then they give me a dictionary and a thesaurus and an understanding and a comprehension level where I'm able to integrate these things together so that I have thoughts that I am able to express. People who want to converse and listen and pontificate. That. Okay? What I'm not with is you don't get to put your hands on me. There's a thing called personal space. It's usually 3 feet, got extended to 6 during the thing. Dr. G exhibited how the intrusion on personal space can make a person. Now, don't forget, if at any time you can't hear me, even though I might be frozen, don't forget, if at any time you can't hear me, just put a 0 in the chat because it looks like I'm freezing a lot. And it's not even that cold in California. Okay. But for some reason, a lot of stuff is freezing these days. I'm not sure. And Mercury's direct. I have no idea what's going on. Usually I'd be like, oh, Mercury's retrograde. There are no retrograde planets right now, I'll have you know. And for the next 3 weeks, there'll be no retrograde planets. Everything is full steam ahead. Therefore, I shouldn't even have any. I'm feeling like I shouldn't have no issues. That's what I'm really feeling like. So I don't know why this thing keeps freezing on my face looking hella crazy. At that, it like chooses to freeze when I'm like, I just got to remember to mind my chins. I want to get frozen like Java. See, I laugh at a lot of shit. Okay. I'm not taking stuff a lot of personal, yet I feel like you have a right to take things personal if you feel like it. So today we are here, and I told you guys, I shared this freaking live with Brit Eady, who I love. I'm loving her addition to the show. I mean, they're going to have to like really prove to me some stuff. Oh, look, that's son one. He just turned 17. Say hi to the people, babe. That's how he says hi to me too, you guys. Hi. It's like a blur. That's how he just turned 17. He getting ready for 18. It's gonna be a real quick blur by 18. He went, "Oop," you know. So what was I talking about? So yeah, known caller. I went ahead and let me put this on do not disturb. Jesus, they always, I swear my phone hasn't rung all morning. Well, no, it did. My mom called me. I love my mama. We talk all day, every day. Thank God. But here, let me put this on do not disturb because that's been happening a lot. Every time I finally get on live, here come the energy. It's like, oh, she open for does she feel like talking? Let's call. Oh, she live. The energy knows I'm live. It's like, let's start calling. She feel like talking, obviously. See, look how that just froze. Did you see how that just froze me like this? Now like this. See, I need, oh, look, it did it again. No, 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 no. I just need to stop doing that. I just need to stop doing it. Oh my God. See, I'm about to put the tape back on. I'm about to put the tape back on because I do not like freezing stupid. Oh my God. I don't like freezing stupid. I'm doing a lot of freezing. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Hey, but it's not my fault. Like I said, all the planets are direct, and I have no I freaking idea. What is going on? Did that just freeze again? Damn! Oh, it rings when I go live. Yay! See, something's going right. To the treetop all day long, huffing and a puffing and a singing her song. All the little birdies on Jaybird Street love to hear the robins going tweet, 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 rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin. All the little birds gonna really rock tonight. Tweet, tweet, tweedledee. Mom in the kitchen burning rice. Daddy round the corner shooting dice. Brother in jail, raising hell. Sister around the corner got some fruit cocktail. Rockin' Robin. Remember that? That's why I'm always doing this, because I'm playing with you guys. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. So I did invite Brit because I feel that she should hear that there's people on her side. Because I mean, the people, the smart ones, the people who saw the Candace situation for what it was, are kind of in this boat. The people who saw that Phaedra didn't add nothing to merit to medicine are probably checking for Brit. The people who already knew that Ken was a catastrophe from the first time that she set foot on our screens and has been an issue. And basically, the monster that is Ken today was created by the fans who allowed her freaking terrorizing behavior to exist on this and call it entertainment and gobble it up in heaps. I wasn't one of those people. I thought it was always like, I'm like, why is she on TV getting to act like this? She gonna have people in real life running around thinking it's okay to interact with other grown women like this, and it's not all fucking gay. It's not all fucking gay. IRL, my son hates when I say that. It means in real life. IRL, I wouldn't hang out with these kind of bitches. I would not hang out with anybody who's actively going to be doing a background check on me and having poster boards built up of me and bringing up all the stupid shit I did when I was in my teens in LA or in the East Coast or wherever I happen to be. Really? I don't even feel like my spirit of discernment would allow for my energy to attract a bitch like that to me. And if it did, I'm positive that the ancestors wouldn't make her leave my presence too sweet. I mean, because I get some haters in here. They be trickling in. I mean, I I feel like I keep a tight ship, but hey, just the other day I was like, that too, bitch, you know? And you think there's gonna be a day when never that happens, but I'm just saying, personally, I choose not to, on a regular basis, engage the type of person that would call a PI after antagonizing me, provoking me, instigating me with her little friends named Ming Lee and Akila and whoever else that might have been. Allegedly. Everything I say here, by the way, everything I say here is allegedly, in my opinion, speculatively, and I don't know shit. Okay, let's just act like that. These are just thoughts rumbling around in my mind like tumbleweed. Okay? And I happen to have a thing called Google and some verified definitions of words that I do use. However, in these specific instances, the things are alleged. Okay? So, I wanted to talk about some things with regard to, is it defensive or aggressive? The Brit Eady narrative. I feel like something is being concocted here, but with the toils of trouble. Go ahead and smash that like button. Beat the heart. I'm feeling like the algorithm is not liking what I'm doing lately. I don't know. On a regular basis, I went from hundreds in a live to now 9 in a live, and I'm not sure what's going on. But algorithm, do your thing. Anyway, yes, happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's get to some of these comments. Before I get into it, first, what are your guys' thoughts on the title? Defensive or aggressive? What do you think Brit Eady is? What do you think Kenya Moore is? Go ahead and put it in the chat. I have it on subscribers only mode. I'm trying to get to 3,000 over here. I feel like it's 3,000 is well due at this point. So, and we only have like 60 fucking more to get there or something. So, I have my window open and it's springtime and pollen. Wait a minute. Oh, is it unmuted now? Can you hear me now? I don't know. I told you nothing is retrograde. Excellent. Okay. So go ahead and put in the chat. Who do you think is defensive? Who do you think is aggressive? Does Brit Eady have a right to be defensive, or is she only aggressive? Who's obsessed? Who's obsessed? Who's thirsty? Who's the single black female in these two pictures? Who wants to wear who for a skin suit? Who? Yes, 5 people or 500. Yes, exactly. Because honestly, I will sit in a room and have a lot of fun by myself too. Look how far that is. Dang. I don't know. Should I put the tape back up? Is it annoying you that I keep freezing so much? I don't have to make you see this. I can totally put the tape back up because it's very distracting to me. It's very distracting to me to see me like frozen in very like not okay faces. Like, and some of them freeze for a very long time. A very long time. Okay? It's not okay. See, I think it just froze again. Look at that face. Oh my God. No way. I'm totally, I'm just going to stand it. Hey, sometimes in life you freeze. See, I did it on purpose that time. You thought it was the thing, huh? Anyway, yes, yes, yes. So, because I have thoughts about this whole Brit narrative. This happened 9 months ago, you guys, was the first time that I posted about this because Michelle A.T. Alien, shout out. If you don't know now, you do. Michelle A.T. Alien in these YouTube streets. Go follow her, give her a sub, whatever you need to do, because she has her finger on the pulse of all things Atlanta. Okay. And so it included the grand grand closing over there at Kenya Moore's hair spa. And we got, as an alien, AT alien, we got to be there with her live the day this happened in real life, IRL. And she showed us everything. The people were going in, the people were pouring out. They were talking about penises on the way out. They were like looking shocked, saying they didn't come here for that. We saw it all via Michelle A.T. Alien. So we knew that all this stuff had really happened. So we were like gobsmacked when the reports came out within 24, 48 hours that everything Michelle had reported on was false. And allegedly they were going to sue the people that were spreading these false lies. Remember, Kenya had said that stuff? So this is 9 months ago this happened. I went back to my video. There's 9 months ago that this happened. Okay. We're all the way in April, taxes due date 2025. And Ken the aggressor, has yet to apologize to Brittany Nicole Eady. And my inner child is like, not today, Satan. Because I would have expected an apology personally and on televisiones by now. if there's any moving forward with you and I in the same workspace that you've already violated. Even if I'm a contract employee, there's still some OSHA shit that we are bound to, which includes the sexual harassment clauses. Okay? It includes a hostile work environment experience, even if you're a contract employee. It includes anything illegal while you're at work, like revenge porn, allegedly. But we looked up the law. Can't help that our eyeballs see, Dr. G. We can't help that our ears hear, Dr. G. Remember, Dr. G was telling Sweet Tea, I told you not to listen to her. That's the problem. You listen to Quad. So he was really high key mad. His wife can hear. Narcissist. According to Google. Okay. Comments first. Dustin was the first one in the house today. Dustin, hello. Thanks for coming through. Mademoiselle, hello. Did you see Kenya had talked to Angela? When Angela said, that's too much, Kenya said, it's not too much, bitch. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Kathy Farron says, Grand Rising. Palaver girl, thanks for coming through. Kathy Farron says, Larger, you're my sister from another mother. Yes, 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 is more sensitive. Yes. I mean, my inner child is like, oh, no, let's get that fixed. I'd be running into the house and getting my inner child from the rooms of my mind. Mm-hmm. We getting her from out of that scary motherfucking room, and we're gonna try to live our whole full life. Mm-hmm. Everybody's saying hello. Kathy says, way, looking beautiful today. Thank you. Even when I freeze like this. Oh, thank you. I love you. Here, do the other half of the heart with me. Okay. That's half the heart. You do the other half. Larger, my son would go right to the camera and say, hello, ladies, or hi, like your son, and leave real quick, like Batman. Yeah. Like the little one, he'll come in, get in the camera. The big one, he don't have time for nothing. Nothing. Okay. It rings when I go live now. I'm so excited. So, I mean, I might have lost viewers, but at least it rings. I wonder is that good? Well, part of it's working. I appreciate you guys for being here with your time today. Yes, I remember Rock and Robin. Tweet, tweet, elite. Rock and Robin. Tweet, tweet, elite. All the little birds gonna really rock tonight. Tweet, 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 elite. Mama's in the kitchen burning rice. Daddy's around the corner shooting dice. Brothers in jail, raising hell. Sisters around the corner selling fruit cocktail. Rock and Robin. Tweet, tweedly, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweedly. Remember? I love those songs, man. People, these kids don't know what they're doing with this Minecraft. They're so stunted. Says a stunted. You guys can hear. Good afternoon, Allie from Miami. Thanks for being here, beautiful. You can drop your link, please. Allie from Miami has a channel in the YouTube streets. She's still developing it. It's in the brainstorm stages. However, I believe that we all need a YouTube channel. We all need on and we need in on this. Okay. This could be one of your alternate streams of income, regardless of the amount. Plus, you're making a nice little groove in the world of some positive energy, you know, and sharing ideas with people. That's what Aristotle and them used to do. They used to just gather in that rotunda thing and share ideas all day. Philosophers and whatnot, you know. Yeah. So get yourself a YouTube channel. And when you do, come back here. And hey, because there's enough to go around. So I need you guys to put your YouTube channels in the chat. Emmanuel Vasquez, please put Manny's TV in the chat because there's enough to fucking go around. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Larja, I love Brit like you. Me too. At least it freezes on good posts. No, it's been freezing on some messed up stuff, girl. Some messed up stuff. So I'm only reading these here. Yeah. I'll come back down here. I was trying to read them there. Skip it. Let's see. Where was I? Okay, there where I was. Because it even on here, if I engage the screen, then it could make it freeze. So that's why I be go over here on my phone. You know, I be trying to work around, reach around, whatever around. Because I pivot, I don't panic. Not often. Bianca! Thanks for being here. Um, let's see. Palaver. Yes, Larger. I accidentally was on the live that day. No way. I watched CC and blog steal her material. Yes, and didn't even say nothing or say she was a liar. We were like, but we literally saw and heard that. We literally saw and heard what we literally saw and heard. And it was like crazy talk that these people were trying to like convince us that Rodney King was fighting back and wasn't limp on the ground and his body was twitching from 12 cops whooping his ass. See, that's another place where people's point of view. Like some people thought twitching is resistant arrest or going like this is resistant arrest. And other people thought that he was complying. I know I'd be taking it too far sometimes, you guys. But that's how far it goes because it's a micro of the macro. Anyway, I love you guys. Wasn't Kenya YouTube supposed to drop today? Yes, it is. It is. And Nene Leakes is doing her second episode of the Nene Leakes show. She has a nice little sign binder. And who's Latasha from Escape? Is going to be her next person over there. Yep. Yep. I just knew Michelle would be vindicated too. I was so glad. Emmanuel, hey Kirby's. Today is Beverly Hills finale and Valley premiere. Oh, you guys talked me into watching one of the Valleys. Um, yeah, I'll watch this premiere and see what happens, but I don't know how far I'll be able to get. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to let go of Faith Stowers' situation, but I cannot. I can let it go, but I choose not to let it go and support these people. Like if I'm gonna support it, then I'm gonna hang on to Faith Stower too, and always mention the wrong that these people have done to her with no remedy and no reconciliation on that. And that was an IRL situation that was way fucked up, in my opinion, speculatively, allegedly. Happy Tuesday! Even then, beautiful Nubian princess. Oh, even when I'm like, oh, look, it really froze like that. I need to stop. I need to stop. But I'm cracking me up. Laughter's the best medicine. Laughter is the best medicine, you guys. I swear. Think about all the comedians that live hella long because they were laughing. Yep. Tweety dee, tweet, tweedly, twiddly, dee, dee, oh, rock to the treetop all night long. Twiddly, twiddly. I like how you spelled it. Ah, right on. I appreciate that. Even with my side gap, me and Shannon Doherty, there's a whole tribe of people in the globe that have a side gap instead of a front gap. Yeah. Um, I love that I think panic before pivot. No, I literally try to remain calm. Remain calm. Don't tip the boat, Leah. Don't tip the boat. Don't tip the boat. Remain calm. Now, what can you do? That's what I'll be doing to myself, you guys. Allie, it's a spinoff of Vanderpump Rules. Yes, that's what it is. Exactly. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I didn't see that one. Oh, what is the Valley? So the Valley has Jax Taylor, Snortum's Jax. So the vein in his forehead was from the cocaine, just like we thought. He finally admitted to it. I don't believe that I have to say allegedly. He admitted to consistently using cocaine ever since we met old boy. So all the bulges, all the veins, all the rage, all the come down, all the erratic behavior was cocaine. That's what he said. And everybody knew he was on that shit. And he has a wife named Brittany. Well, they're getting a divorce. What is that? I would close the window, but I love fresh air because me and Angela are both doing the menopause dance and have heat flashes. She's a lie. She's a lie. You guys so concerned about Brit and her alleged lies. Why not be concerned about a woman who's obviously going through menopause, walking around with 5 fans, talking about I'm not even in perimenopause. And I saw her at age. She was born in 1963, y'all. She definitely there. She's older than me. Yeah, she's older than me. She's older than me. Where the fans at? Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's get to it, Larja. Let's get to it. Yeah, spinoff. Just a second. You want to get out of here, Milo? Open the door for Milo, please. I had to blow my nose, sorry. Ooh. Okay, so count me in on the milpo. Yes. Oh my gosh. But it starts even sooner than that. I had no idea that shit could have started when I was 35. And they said it could start early, the signs of premenopause. I mean, I did have a geriatric pregnancy in my 40s, so I mean, I was still ripe and everything, but I'm pretty sure I could have been having some symptoms then. And did you know like forgetfulness is one of the freaking signs? That's not okay. That's not okay. Biohormones. If you can afford it, get yourself some biohormones. It'll even everything out. Those sweet potatoes on Amazon don't work for me personally, but yeah. Okay, so now that we have some people playing in the chat, go ahead and smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the bell so you can get notified. The question of the day is defensive or aggressive? Who's what? Is Brit defensive? I think she's just being defensive. I don't think she's aggressive. I feel like Ken is high key aggressive. High key, meaning hella aggressive. Okay. And she's also, I mean, if somebody was going to call somebody obsessed, I would say it was a person that did a deep dive and then had poster boards. So I don't think Brit's obsessed. Everybody's like trying to respin this shit. And I'm not sure I don't know if Patrick Summers got a bot farm going for Ken, the way Patrick Summers allegedly got that bot farm going for Lisa Rinna over there in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills against Garcelle that time, remember? And then he did those lives and he said he could get a bot farm to say anything to anybody. hmm hmm And he would charge for different campaigns. Like you could have a 3-day smear campaign and he could charge this much, or you could have a week-long smear campaign across multiple platforms and he would charge that much. Yeah, it's a real whole fucking thing, you guys. So I'm kind of feeling like, are the people bots or are these people really, really thinking that? And then I end up on panels where that's really what the people are thinking. They weren't a bot at all because I'm not a bot. And they were just as alive as me. And they believe that Kenya has every valid reason to do a deep dive into a nude and then weaponize the information that she gets to embarrass, humiliate, intimidate, change skewed perception about, to try to run off. I'm not really sure what her reasoning was for it, but she did a lot. She did a lot. And we know that she's done this shit before. But Like I said, y'all created this monster. So you guys, the people who created the monster that's Ken Moore, are the people that love this shit. People that are checking, they think, oh my God. They're like, this is reality TV. Oh my God, did you see how she just destroyed that woman's life and embarrassed her in front of her mother while she dedicated this to her daughter? And see, nothing fucking wrong with that. They're just like gobbling up this popcorn. And they're like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's not that big of a deal. She made the video. Who cares if they bring it up 20 years later to on a freaking syndicated television show? She did it. And it's okay. Whereas what I'm thinking is that if you're co-signing on Ken doing that to Brit, then you would co-sign on Ken doing that to me, or Ken doing that to you, or Ken doing that to your mama, as Dr. Heavenly would say, or Ken doing that to your sister or your niece, or your little girl cousin, who, when she was young, dumb, and full of cum, decided to do some things. Hey, I used to call myself a trisexual because I would try it, and then decide if you like it or not. It didn't mean I had three people. It just meant I was willing to try a couple of things. You know what I'm saying? And if there had been cell phone footage of the things that I've tried, Lord help. Yeah, I mean, good thing Polaroids don't last forever. That's how all this shit would have had to be. A good old Polaroid. So I'll tell you guys the one Polaroid titty picture thing that happened. So the guy, I don't know. So I don't know. So I don't know if anybody else has a sister like my sister, but my sister is yeah, we have I don't know if you call it rivalry. She thinks the shit is funny. I don't. Anyway, so how did it happen? So we were living in Santa Monica and Polaroids were out. And you know what was fresh on the thing were those Kodak cameras that you could everything was all in one and you could take the whole camera to the thing. You didn't have to really know exposures. Yeah. So but Polaroids were also still out. And we used to always at a Polaroid at a party, you would hear them, and then you'd see people walking around doing this to the picture, trying to activate the stuff inside, and then you press the back and put it face down so the color could fully develop, and then ta-da, Polaroid. You guys know where Polaroid is? Anyway, and so I was getting out the shower, and the story is that my sister had let some dude in who had a Polaroid, and he'd snapped a picture of me when I got out of the shower. And then he took the picture to school and said I was his girlfriend and let him take this picture. Luckily, it was a Polaroid. You know how long it takes to pass a Polaroid around the school? Forever. So luckily, only a handful of people ended up seeing the shit because it takes forever to pass a Polaroid around. But in the day and age of digital lists and AI, that, I'm like, dude, that is too much to do to Brit Eady. She had the shit scrubbed for a reason. She don't feel like talking about it. She had all of these things lined up so that she could protect herself in her new I'm this Brit Eady now. If I was still the larger curves from 19 something, that's how long I've been alive, that the years had 19 in front of it. And if I was still the same larger curves from that to now, that would be no fun. That's not what life is for. Life is about growth, evolution. We're usually like, it seems like you're going in circles, but if you're getting the shit right, then it's a spiral evolution up to your highest self and the best example of yourself to yourself. Getting in touch with talents, stretching your mind, learning and growing, and all that kind of stuff. But if you're just stuck right here, like it feels like Ken is stuck. Ken is a twirling whirlwind self. of just ratchet toxicity, negativity, non-supporting of women thing that I've ever seen for the longest running housewife. She loves to say that shit. She's got to be just spin all of this and become the longest running housewife, but it's all been toxic AF. And it's accumulated with the tornado that tore down her hair spa. Because you never win when you play dirty. Nene Leakes told us that Ken would be the downfall of the show and of herself, obviously. Let's look at this. So, defensive versus aggressive. Where are we? Here we are. Okay. So, this is my thinking when I was getting this video right. I'm like, so let me get this straight. Brit Eady is the one being called aggressive, obsessive, thirsty, but it was Ken who came to her own spa closing. That shit not open. She did this to herself. She came to her own spa closing with poster boards, which is very juvenile. It wasn't even a PowerPoint. It was a poster board, and she was as big as her. She looked like she was one of those ladies that walks in with somebody behind them with the bottle with the flare coming out of it at a party in the VIP section. It was big like that. Or she looked like the lady who walks around the ring during a fight with the big number in between in between the rings. I mean, in between the what's it called? Damn, that was a brain fart. You know, each session of fighting. That big. And then she gets in her thong bikini and she walks around with the number 3 while the guys take a breather. That's how big that fucking board was. You could see it in the rafters. Okay. And it included the person literally said, you see what my picture says? You hear a voice in the video say, that's a penis. Somebody said that's a penis in the video that you can overhear when she's doing her video. Cynthia was like, I don't feel like seeing her suck no penis. Full. And then there was a full-blown investigation, right? She said she was going to call a PI. I keep telling you she had a dossier on Brit Eady prior to Brit Eady's pistol comment. My alleged opinion is that she already had it. I've been done said it. It just so happened that Brit didn't have a clap back after being called a peasant and instead chose violence and said, I have a pistol in my purse. Or she said, I have a pistol. They didn't let us hear her say in her purse. I have the extended version on PCAC. And they didn't say the thing was in her purse. She's just like, oh, I got pistols for bitches like you. I got whips for bitches like you. She don't know I got pistols and whips, you know. And they didn't let us hear the part about on her. I don't think. So she already had all this stuff, you guys. She already had it all. And poor Brit, you know, when you're pretty like Brit, you might not have like had to like always clap back at bitches. You know, she probably like how she went off on Angela. She probably just gets mad. She doesn't really like clap back. You know, she just claps, you know. And I'm like, we'll get to that. So we need to talk about how defensive becomes confused with aggression. And you know, I would be taking it to the blackness, to the blackness. I've long said that these shows don't allow the space for Black women to have an emotion beyond aggression. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Most shows don't allow the space for Black women to have emotions beyond aggression, right? everything is reduced to, oh, you're an angry black woman. When you're really frustrated, you're obviously rather frustrated or high key defensive, right? It's not always anger, but the mere expression of emotion is so off putting to the world that we're often seen as angry. Other people are assertive, or oh, how Dorit. Everybody is framing Dorit's high key aggressive behavior. It was disgusting to watch to me. Just like listening to venom be spewed from a spitting snake viper for 45 fucking minutes. They let that go on, and people were just like, oh my God, that was great. Oh my God, that was, oh, she really let those people know what that oh my God, she gave it all to everybody. I wasn't with it. I wasn't with it. It was just spewing shit, no reconciliation, just venom, 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 all rehearsed too. She had rehearsed that well. She was like, and I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to cover this. And it's interesting. We're creating these fucking monsters. When we wouldn't hang out with a bitch like the Porito, we wouldn't hang out with a bitch like Ken. We wouldn't. And I wouldn't hang out with Angela too much without telling her that your fucking sweating is making this pop up. You might want to just try wearing your natural hair. It's only going to get worse. There's not going to be a fan big enough to keep your entire lace front from peeling. There's not. And I say that as a woman who goes through the stuff. I'm saying what I know. I can't do no baby hairs. Shit'll draw back up in 20 seconds if I get a heat flash. Because I tried it. Like I said, I tried stuff first. So I tried to do the baby hairs. As a matter of fact, I'm going to see my little cousin this weekend. And she's like, oh, can I do your edges? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll leave some out for you. And she's like, oh, it'll be so fun. And I told her my theory, though, about how I don't think women over 40 should really fuck with baby edges down to your fucking eyebrows. It's a choice, it's a look. I'm not saying nothing about it. I'm just saying on my head, in addition to because of my heat flash scenarios, I won't be participating in baby hairs down to here. And I don't see it for how it looks natural. I don't know. Baby hairs are for babies for a reason. They literally call them who they're for. They literally call them who they're for. They don't call them old lady hairs. They don't call them old lady hairs. They call them who they're for, who is babies. And you're a whole grown woman with baby hairs to your eyebrows at that. Eyebrows, like huge swoops of stuff. All, and I'm just like, yeah, you can do some because it's only going to be for a second. I'll have a heat flash. It'll all draw up. But I'm not leaving the house like that. I don't know how I got there. Anyway, but this is all how the talk about defensive becomes confused with aggression on reality TV, especially around Black women. Okay. Brit is literally being accused of insurance fraud on national television in front of cameras, clients, in a room full of women and men she barely knows. Her career is on the line. Her reputation's under fire. Her license is allegedly being investigated by the Georgia Department of Insurance. So, yeah, she's defensive, you guys. Yeah. And I wouldn't blame her one bit. And anybody who blames her, you're a weirdo. I'm sorry. I don't usually judge people's point of views, but that's fucking weird. So you're saying that you wouldn't be defensive if a random bitch pulled up in your new job and was like, did all the things that I just said? Is weird. The reality check is defensiveness is natural, you guys. Natural. Let's be clear. Being defensive, IMO, is a normal reaction. okay? Especially when you're under public attack. It's literally your brain going into self-protection mode, okay? But instead of getting empathy, Brit is being labeled aggressive and getting dragged. Why? Can anybody tell us why in the chat? I'd love it if somebody could tell me why they think people don't want to provide space for Brit to be defensive in an obvious situation where she needs to be defensive. I'll wait. Never mind. Let's be clear. It's normal. It's self-protective. It's because it's reality TV. And we are pretending like in reality, we wouldn't have compassion for the next one. We're pretending like in reality, we wouldn't have empathy for our true friend that's going through it. And that's why I'm saying in reality, I wouldn't hang around a bitch like that. You can do bad by yourself. Okay? Let's be real. Society has a pattern of reading any strong emotion from a Black woman as too much, right? Now, Kenya's role, was that projection or petty? Both. Because Kenya was herself a video hoe, right? Kenya brought out a whole freaking poster board slideshow thing allegedly of explicit photos, and she branded Brit as a fraud hoe and gave a whole soliloquy to prove it. You know who does soliloquies? William Shakespeare, stage right. She did a whole soliloquy, a memorized speech about the going-ons of another woman's vagina, her womb space. That's not casual shade, you guys. That's a campaign. That's a campaign. But somehow Brit's the one being called obsessed. That sounds more like projection. That's why I'm saying it could be both projection and petty. Now, the group dynamics in our public perception is where I'm the most gobsmacked. How the women were literally in the place, left the event, say they're going to come to around Brit, talk to Ken, the perpetrator, come back to the victim, and now are attacking the victim even further. Brit's a victim in all of this. Okay? So everybody seems to be siding with Kenya. And now it makes Brit's defensiveness look like what? Guilt or something? That happens when the loudest voice, in this case, Ken, sets the narrative and the rest are just falling in line for some reason. People are saying, is it because Ken, they want Ken to not lose her job? But Ken was literally trying to make Brit lose her job, but they don't want Ken to lose her job. Ken could do this to them tomorrow, but they don't want Ken to lose her job. Ken, who stole a whole video workout idea from another person who was trying to help him. Ken, who flirted openly with another person's husband. Ken, who pulled the chair out from other motherfucking Tootie. You guys, like, this is okay with you? Like, I don't know. I don't know. You don't want to get it off of you? It's not like nut on your chin. You don't want to just get it off? Okay. Now, the emotional intelligence, Mel NYC Reviews was up here. We had a fantastic conversation this Saturday. You guys can check out the video. And he was bringing up the emotional laziness that he's witnessing in these shows. And then I was bringing up how emotional IQ versus emotional laziness in all of this. And we had a wonderful conversation, right? But emotional intelligence, or as it's coined, emotional IQ, is the real issue to me here. And not saying that anybody's like, deficient. I'm just saying that it takes a higher IQ to allow space for compassion in a world full of toxicity. It takes higher IQ to have empathy, which Erica had to push Jane needs classes. Remember, she went to her psychiatrist and she's like, how do I feel for other people? I've never had to do that. Garcelle's not interesting. Right? Crazy bitch. Right? So let's get into this, right? It's real deep to me because it's not just drama, it's psychology. There's like a lot of mind fuckery going on around here. Okay? A lot of mind fuckery going on. Okay? And I've already also said that to me, Ken is the same archetype as Dr. G, where you provoke and do all this behind the scenes shit, and then are like, oh my God, they ran towards me. I'm calling HR. You know what I'm saying? Hmm. So I'm feeling like it's a lack of emotional intelligence is about understanding emotions, yours and other people's. So when someone's clearly under public attack, clearly under public attack, and they defend themselves, and you call that aggression, Miss Angela calling it aggression, acting like Brit didn't have a right to get a little snappy because why are you guys asking me more fucking questions? I haven't even got a I understand, bitch. And you guys are already pouncing on me with some more bullshit. I'm not feeling no love here. So when I say read the motherfucking room, it's because you're not reading that I'm defensive because I'm not feeling the love here, nose. That's not emotional intelligence to label a reasonably defensive person aggressive. That's not emotionally intelligent to me. It's emotionally lazy because they don't feel like doing the work of stopping and asking, why are you reacting this way? Like, what's happening underneath the surface? And they would have maybe found out what she told her mom. When I say she, Brit told her mom in the scene how she grew up with girls hating on her. She grew up feeling the hate. She grew up hearing the whispers. She grew up like that and being singled out and left out because she's so fucking beautiful, probably. I said it. I've already also said the thing about in black culture how a bitch with good hair will get beat up in a bathroom at a nightclub because she got good hair and thinks she's cute. You guys know that bitch. You know the bitch that either got her ass whooped or the bitch that wanted to jump the bitch because she had pretty hair. I just got some beautiful Kekalani braids one time before I started doing my own locks and stuff. I used to wear the devil's hair, fake hair. That's the devil's hair. Because devil is fake as fuck. Fakey McFakerson, smoke mirrors. That's devil shit. Chaos. Real. Hmm. Think about it. So it was like, I don't know where that train went. Let me see. Uh-oh. Wait just a second. Let me see. Yeah, they don't stop to ask. Sorry. Here, let me see this real quick, you guys. Thanks. Okay. So yeah, if I'm not feeling the love here, knows, then you got to, because it's obvious, unless it's not, is the reason why you haven't talked to your daughter in 4 months and don't even know she's been married for 5 and think that she's 25 when she's 24 because you don't read the motherfucking room, Angela. You're not paying attention, right? And then for the other ladies to also join in on questioning her more about some more bullshit instead of checking on her emotional state. She's obviously in flux, right? And so you're just going to like pick a open sore when she finally left the house after crying for several days in her house, getting the call or being notified, however she was notified from the Georgia Commissioner's office, right? Brit is literally fighting for her name, her career, her livelihood. And if all the people in the back, all the people at the table at the little tea, if the Angelas and the Kellys and the Shamias and all the people I've been arguing with on platforms, if none of y'all see that she's literally fighting, windmilling her way in these streets, and I'm glad she took it the legal way, because that's the only way to fly. That's the way to shut a bitch down. Shut a bitch down. Ken. Then you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. And you're choosing to easily label a victim of aggressive, freaking thirst bucket, liar, making her try to prove the shit that Ken put out about her instead of just leaving the shit that Ken did as wrong and as so wrong. We're not even going to talk about, we're not bringing it up. I'm not going to be looking at nothing. You know, when you feel like talking about it, let's talk about it or whatever. I don't understand. Let's see what's going on. Oh, is it still? Yeah, remember to smash the like button, you guys. Okay. And it's not just about who raised their voice, but it's about why. Why was Brit Eady at the table talking about read the motherfucking room? Why did she did do that? And if you can't tell the difference between when someone in this particular obvious situation is defending themselves and someone attacking you, Angela specifically, then that's not emotional intelligence. I feel like Angela was looking for a moment. If you want a truth be told about it, Angela was looking for a fucking moment. Brit was getting too much attention, and Angela was looking for a moment. Where did my other picture go? I thought it would have been next. I'll just leave it alone. Because I had what Brit Eady said about, just in case for those of you insurance, I'll read that in a second. Now, bottom line is, Brit's not aggressive. We're all being gaslit. She's mostly being gaslit. She's being isolated. She's being targeted. Okay? Gaslit, isolated, and targeted. That's a triangulation tactic from narcissistic personality abusers, usually. And it's a technique used, okay, when people are under attack by groups. She's being gaslit. She has a viable reason to be defensive. She's not being aggressive. She's being isolated. She literally, by the end of that episode, before they got up and did the stupid electric slide, which I kind of enjoyed, and I was kind of like, that was a lot of cheese whiz. She literally was on the end of the table with nobody sitting around her. She was literally isolated at that table. There was space between her. Drew didn't even decide to scoot over one. And she's being targeted. They all went and talked to Ken before they even checked on old girl. They all left the thing and said it was wrong, But then they all gonna go and talk to Ken before they even check on Brittany. They left because it was wrong to do that to Brittany, allegedly. I don't know. That's what they said. That's what it looked like. That's what we heard on Michelle A.T. Alien's thing. That's what it just happened on the last episode. Portia was like, I don't even want you guys to say that I was here. But it also in Portia's life, she did say that her and Britt are friends now. And she wasn't at the specific luncheon that I'm talking about. It's like they're not allowing Brit any humanism. And I had just had that slide up about dehumanizing. It's human to be defensive in this situation, and it's expected and it's justified. Have you ever been labeled aggressive when you were just setting a healthy boundary? Curvies, put a one in the chat if you've ever been mislabeled as aggressive when you were simply setting a healthy boundary in your life. Here, I'll try to do it. I'll start the party. I'm giving it a one. I've been labeled aggressive, and I wasn't being aggressive or being told you're too loud and you wasn't even yelling. That's not yelling yet, bitch. You know? Number two question, do you think the cast is showing emotional maturity or emotional laziness with regard to Brit specifically and this situation? And then for also, because Brit literally took accountability immediately. She was contrite immediately, made rounds, apologized to everybody immediately. And for Angela to be like, well, you seem to forget the role that you played in this. I'm like, bitch, that's part of freaking menopause. You lose your fucking memory. Google it. Memory loss can be dehydration or fucking menopause and some other things. I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me about nothing. But listen. Okay? If you feel like the cast is showing emotional maturity or emotional laziness, you can put an M for maturity or L for laziness. I'm feeling like they're getting the big L. Getting a big L. Is lazy. Because if any of them were in the same situation when they were ass up, tits down on a poster board, they would want some sympathy. They would want some sympathy. They would want it. Okay? And the third question is Brit handling this the best way she can? That's simple. That's a yes or no. That's a yes or no. So I'll give it, I feel like it's yes. She stayed home. First, she stayed out of sight. She got her emotions together. She hunkered down, regrouped. She didn't immediately just go out and react back and do and escalate this even further. She didn't do that. She showed up at the garden party, and I kind of feel like she leaned in a little bit to the video vixen hoe of it all, camera girl of it all, coming in like a freaking string bikini top like that, and that crocheted number. Because a lot of the other ladies were covered up in it, and Angela's sweating ass wishes she wasn't there with polyester. And so, yeah, so there was that. But I'm gonna give her, I'll go ahead and give her a, is it gonna let me? A yes. I feel like she is doing a good thing. I feel like because I don't even know how to navigate something like that. I would not know where to begin. And because it only happened to me with the Polaroid. I'm telling you, I only had to deal with like 20 people and that saw it, and they weren't really in my circle anyway. You but I was very embarrassed. I was very defensive, you know. Yeah. I did hide when I found out that the picture was being shown around. I did hide. I hid. I regrouped. I didn't immediately react. And then I leaned into it. Kind of made me popular. He was cute. He had like green eyes or whatever. He was one of those light skinned high yellows with green eyes. Yeah. Okay. So I'd love it if you drop your thoughts in the comments about what we've talked about so far. I have some more theories. Let's see. Because I wanted to also get into um the part here it is. Wait, where'd it go? About her license. I had these notes. So, how long does an insurance license investigation take in Georgia? The duration of an insurance license investigation can vary significantly based on the complexity of the case. The straightforward matters might conclude in a few months. There are intricate cases that take multiple years. Okay. Um, how would Brit have been notified of her investigation? The Georgia Office of Commissioners of Insurance and Safety and Fire initiates an investigation into a licensee. The individual would typically be notified through official correspondence, however that is. The notification would detail the nature of the allegations, and they may request formal response for additional documentation. The process ensures that licensees are aware of the investigation and that they have an opportunity to address any concerns raised. Is the investigation information public? Because everybody wants to call her a liar. Everybody's acting like Shamia knows what the fuck she heard. I feel like Brit said to Shamia, "Oh my God, I could lose my license. It's under investigation." And Shamia ran with, "She's losing her license." I could see that being said because it wasn't at that point lost, but it was under threat. Okay. Now, the investigation information, details of an ongoing investigation, are generally kept confidential to protect the integrity of the process and the privacy of individuals involved. However, if an investigation results in disciplinary action, that's the key. If it resulted in a disciplinary action, such as suspension, revocation of license, then that information would become part of public record and be available, okay, on the OCI website. That's the Georgia Commissioner website. Now, how do you check the current status of an insurance license? I was on a panel and they were like, "Oh, she's a fraud because we see Vicky Gunvalson at her job at her insurance office. So that means that she's really selling insurance, but we've never seen Brit Eady sell insurance. She just said she had an Allstate." And I'm like, she led with, she was a video vixen in high school and she had a franchise that she closed and that her sisters are mad at her for it. And people are like, "That's not enough information." Well, you just got to know the bitch 4 episodes ago. I don't know how much more information she could have possibly had a chance to tell us in the 4 episodes with 8 other ensemble cast members. Can you give the bitch a chance to tell us what she has going on? Maybe. Can you? Like, it's crazy talk. It's crazy. It's been 2 episodes of this fight. So we literally just met her, and then this happens. So when do we even get time to get some more explanations out of her that you think you're due? But nobody else has ever had to come on the show and tell you what they did in 19 whatever. They never had to tell you that. They never had to show you the images of that. Ken didn't have to get on here and try to explain to us where she got her money to move out of that condo with the white refrigerator into her house with mold. Nobody asked Ken about her money. How do you check the status license? The license status. How do you check the license status? That's the way you say it. How do you check the license status in Georgia? Google it. I Googled it. I ended up right on the portal where it takes you to check Brittany Nicole Eady's license, which is very still intact. Very still intact with no disciplinary actions on there. That does not mean that she lied about being investigated. It means that it was in her favor and that there was no disciplinary action taken, and she's free to continue to practice insurance as she sees fit. How about that? It's super simple to like fucking Google this. Super. Okay? So I'm not sure how Angela became the ruler of freaking Brit Eady's life because she has a mortgage license. And she knows for a fact that it can only be if you were for a cause, that you can only have it lost for cause. Well, she didn't say it was lost. She said it was under investigation and it could be lost. And then adding all this stuff about we don't know how we got here, bitch. That wasn't a necessary comment. Angela was looking for a moment. I see her. I see her. She looks for moments where she can get them because Charles not giving her any. Charles is not giving her too many moments. Their relationship energy is very weird to me. It's very weird. It almost looks like a business arrangement of some kind. I'm not sure how many times I've seen them kiss. I'm not sure how many times I've seen like an affectionate like stare from them from across the room. Whenever they're in the kitchen, she's standing way over there and he's over here with hot popping grease. I know that when I'm cooking in my kitchen that isn't as big as theirs, it will be one day, God. You listening, Yahusha? Well, I'm knowing that even in my big ass kitchen, me and my husband are still going to walk by each other and he's still going to grab this ass and he's still going to get a peck from me as often as possible. But that's just our love language because we love each other. I don't know. There's ways to keep it hot and there's ways to not. I'm not seeing a whole lot of, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm not seeing all that from Angela and Charles. Netta. Uh-oh. Who's that? Oh, it's Richard across the street. Come on. Okay. So you can check the license status and what it'll show you on there when you do your own due diligence and Google stuff. Yeah, I love Cash Apps. You guys can send me all the Cash Apps you want. Thank you if you're enjoying this live. I do graciously accept all Cash Apps. It's cash sign LRGA Curves, all one word. Love it, love it. Um, so you can check the status. It'll tell you that she's active or inactive or suspended. You'll see that Brit Nicole Eady is currently active in the state of Georgia. You'll see that she's active in what lines of authority. That means casualty and health, property, life, health, property, and casualty. Yeah. And you'll see the expiration dates and renewal dates for each of her appointments, and you'll see that she's no longer appointed with Allstate as of 2022, which is right in line with when she says she got sold her agency or stopped having her franchise under Allstate. For the people in the back who don't think you can make $1 million in the insurance business, I can give you a literally breakdown for commission scales off of okay, let's say you guys do something and then you get paid for marketing dollars though that are based off of premium dollars, and then let's say you help somebody nest away as little as $24,000 a month as a premium. You could potentially make, I mean, they nest away $24,000 a year as a premium. Your commission from that, if you're well established with a number of agents under you with overrides and all of that other stuff, that's not multi-level marketing, it's insurance with your fingerprints at the DOJ and a license from the freaking state secretary. Okay. Like Ponzi schemes don't need licenses and fingerprints at the DOJ. I mean, really think about it. Big brain thinking time. Big brain thinking time. Okay. You literally can make millions of dollars in a short amount of time if you have the right agency and the right clientele. Literally, you can make $1 million on one transaction in freaking insurance if it's a super high profile client, depending on what you're structuring for them and what strategy they're using. It's quite possible. If you have upper echelon clientele like the Rick Rosses and the DJ Khalids, and you got them the right kind of solution together, one transaction could change your whole fucking life. Okay? So anybody that thinks Brit Eady made more money being a cam girl, alleged escort, or teen sucker, they think she made her money from that. Baby, you gonna say hi to people?
Hi, people.
Here, yeah, let him out. Close my door back. Go with him, Milo.
Go.
Just close the door. Oh, you want to stay? You don't want to go out? You want to stay with me? Yeah, you love me? You want to see the people? You want to say hi? Here, come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Say hi. See, this is Milo, everybody. This is oh, he froze. You froze. You froze. Wait, say hi over here. Say hi. Say my name is Milo. Wait, I don't like kisses on my face. You know we don't do all that. You know we're not doing all that. I'm not like that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. These lips are for husband. Yes, yes, and I love you too, though. But these lips are for husband. Yeah, we're not kissing on the mouth and stuff like that. No, we're not, Milo. Mommy loves you. Mommy loves it, Milo. Yes. You guys know I make his own dog food with like rice and peas and green beans and salmon in a can, and I put it all in a special rice cooker with chicken broth, and that's what his dog food is. And carrots sometimes, yeah. And sometimes he gets tired of the green beans, you guys. He picks out the green beans. It's hilarious. I don't know. My hands are over here now. I'm not going to pet you anymore. No, I don't want to pet you anymore. I'm in a lie. Thank you. It's so needy. Okay, so you'll see on Brit Eady's thing when you do get to the portal for the Georgia license check, then you'll be able to see that she's active. She stopped working with Allstate in 2022. She's been licensed only since 2019, so she did a lot in a very short amount of time. She did mention that what did she say? Did she say Cartier or Rolls Royce was one of her clients? So that one transaction could have set her freaking up, you guys. And then to this day, depending on what strategy you help somebody come up with, you get residuals on their policies into perpetuity, depending on how you had your agency set up. So she could literally have stopped her agency in 2022. And if she was at the right level when she stopped her agency, she gets residuals into perpetuity from the clients that she set up as long as their policies are active. It's Plus, she was only allegedly charging $1,400 a thing. You know how long? Let's look. How many times is? Let's see. I'm googling this shit. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. People think that she made millions of dollars from being an escort, and that she needs to be honest and stop lying about making her money in insurance, and just be honest about her making her money allegedly on her knees. Let's see. So my question is, where's my calculator? We're going to do some fucking math. So 1 million divided by, how much did Ken say she was charging for Snapchat cooter pictures? Did she say 1,400 or 1,200? I don't really remember. Let's make it 1,300 just in case. That's a good average. That's 769 clients she would have had to engage to make $1 million at $1,400, between $1,200 and $1,400 a cooter cat picture. So also trying to downplay this woman's business acumen for somebody who's having a grand closing of a hair spa. And like Krista Marie says, she's not even licensing that shit. Why? So you just have content creator space. Alien said. That's basically creator space. Because you can't do nothing with that space personally. You have to hire people. People have to rent the space from you to hold their services there because she can't do hair, she can't do a wax, she's not an esthetician, she's not going to be doing nothing to beautify you. She just wants to provide the space for the experience, the luxury spa experience, which according to where it is in Atlanta is the ghetto. The ghetto. Talking about the ghetto. The ghetto. No, I don't know where it is, but they said it's way far out and practically almost in the like right on the cusp of the next county. Like it's like right on the cusp. So I just don't get how people are doing what they're doing, thinking the things they're thinking. They're totally team aggressive kin. They're totally team freaking pick me kin. Ken was literally screaming to be picked over Brittany by doing that. She could have graciously accepted some flowers, but because she's stuck in a spin cycle of toxic, negative, freaking supposed to be X Force multiplier TV, but it's not, we're not entertained. I'm not entertained. I actually want to get off this the same way I got off Jerry Springer. Just too much of the same stupidity. It's just so stupid. Oh my God, that's not popcorn time. This is not entertainment. Are you entertained? Or are you freaking shocked and appalled that people would waste your time of entertainment with this bullshit? Why is her insurance license under investigation? Because she's called her an insurance fraud hoe. Is it natural for her to be defensive? Yes. We already said that. For Black women and the angry Black woman trope, Brit is navigating a world that often criminalizes or mislabels the emotional expressions of Black women. When white women, like Dorit, are seen as assertive and taking no mess, the Black woman who's assertive is often labeled as aggressive, combative, emotional, and extra. Okay? So even if measured factual defense can be taken, it's still seen as doing too much. A lot of it has to do with the reality TV editing and group dynamics because they allow space for a soliloquy, a projection, horror campaign, and then we get selective empathy from castmates. We know for a fact that that lunch was chopped up like Fruit Ninja. That shit was chopped up like Fruit Ninja. We went to Dave and Buster's, and our whole family was the family at the big Fruit Ninja screen, chopping watermelons and bananas. Okay? When she fights back, it looks like a vicious loop. So now she's defensive, but no, you're mislabeling her as aggressive. Then you get defensive aggressive. And then it's just all of this over and over again, right? We know that it was chopped up at that lunch by Fruit Ninjas. We know there was way more context. We know for a fact Brit Eady didn't just say, read the motherfucking round after 2 times of Brit being further attacked and interrogated within being a defense moment by Angela's nose. Let me pull that up because we're going to pull that up. Let me see if we can get to it. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this. Work. Take that down. Come in here. Is it this one? Yeah, let's make that open. If it will, thanks for being here. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button on your way in. Ring my bell, so you can get notified when I upload videos. Okay. Anybody Coachella out there? Did any of you Coachella? Did any of you Coachella? Or are you going to Coachella? Because this was week one of Coachella, weekend one of Coachella. So here we have the newest image that I had created for us. And in this image, I did find Angela's old nose for us. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm going there because she's a lot to me. I'm like, something about her just feels weird, feels off. I'm not sure what it is. And I want to like her because she's like older, she's gorgeous, she's entrepreneurial to do those things also. So far, they haven't even allowed Brit an inch on her storyline. Oh, look, my glasses. See what I'm talking about? Freaking heat flashes. Look, see that? It's a heat flash. See how my glasses just steamed up there? My nose sweat. Just all of a sudden, just be coming on you. I didn't even do much. Just be coming on you. Feel like damn Angela. Ugh. Mm. Poor Angela. So yeah, I found Angela's old nose and it didn't even look that big. Can I make it big? See, it wasn't a bad nose. And then this is her new nose. It looks like she just had the nostrils shaved. She didn't do anything to her top lip, did she? No, that's the same top lip. Yeah, she just got some money and felt like doing something, I guess. I don't know. That was not a bad nose before. Not at all. But Brit had went to Threads. Oh damn. Wait, what happened? No. Am I going the right way? Where'd it go? Damn it. See what doing too much does. Was it this way? There we are. Okay. Um, so Brit Eady said, if you tuned into last night's episode of RHOA, I mentioned my license was under investigation, not lost. Mortgage loan officers are not versed on licensed insurance agents. It's a completely different field of work. When your job is of public trust, it's important to investigate claims of fraud. Class dismissed. Still got love for her though. And then she said later, her, hey, insurance agent here. I think it's important that what happens in our personal lives can affect our professional lives. I'm no stranger to that. I've seen too many cases online where people have been fired from their jobs for behavior due to social media access or camera phones. So she's saying that she's careful and she's mindful of that stuff. Okay. Now I did find out some more information. Let me see about her license. Because I was like, what could be a reason to investigate the license? And a claim of fraud it's as simple as a claim of fraud. Investigation into a license, a claim of fraud, and specifically a public claim of fraud can get you investigated. And I'm feeling like not only did she have the dossier on Brit, and had already intended on not only exposing her, as Ken said she was doing, exposing this hoe for who she is. So in her exposing, she wanted this information out. She wanted the public's perception to be skewed, to have this as information to weigh against the judgment of Brit Eady. Okay. And who wouldn't be defensive over that? Because who the fuck are you, Ken? Who the fuck are you, Ken? Where's your marriage certificate, Ken? Where's your divorce certificate, Ken? Ken, Ken, where are your clients, Ken? So while you over here looking at all of this stuff for Brit Eady, where's your storyline, Ken? What were you prepared to do for the Sweet 16 season of Real Housewives of the Titanic? I mean, Atlanta. What were you prepared to share with your life, Ken? Or was the entire mission going to be to expose Brit Eady? I'm not with it. And her public claim, very public claim of fraud could have initiated and triggered said investigation. And I'll take it a step further and speculate and allege Ghibli. Somebody from her camp could even call the commissioner. Yep. And said, did you know she's an insurance fraud hoe? Yeah. The same way y'all was calling Dr. Heavenly's practice. The same way y'all was allegedly calling the Stormy Steele's Canvas Beauty. She be ripping off people's flavors or whatever the lady said. But the way you guys did her, the way they say the people get done when the fans go a little too far. So that could have been what happened and triggered it. That it wasn't enough. It didn't stop at the public humiliation, because she still to this day has not apologized. 9 months later, Ken has not apologized to Brit Eady. A real woman would have apologized and humbled herself. A person that wants to keep their paycheck would have done it way off camera, on camera, anywhere. They would not have followed through with this poster board. And now Portia's saying that Ken felt so bad. I don't think so. I think Ken feels bad that she got dealt with. Because from what I heard, they stopped filming with her immediately. Immediately. Like they stopped filming because of her. Yeah, you feel bad then because everybody else can't eat too. So now everybody calling your ass because now my checks, if we not filming, I'm not getting a check, bitch. So now you feel bad because you didn't only stop Brit's bag, but you were stopping Portia, Shamia, Kelly, and the rest of them's bag too, because filming had stopped after this incident. So of course she feels bad now, but she didn't have enough of a conscience, soul, or heart to stop doing this to somebody else's daughter when she's a daughter and has a daughter. I'm gonna get at these comments and we're about to get out of here, you guys. Thanks for popping through. Booty meat! Hey, let's see. Oh man. Yeah, go ahead and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Oh, Emmanuel said I was making him fall out with the voices. I should be a voice actor. I did try to go and on Audible. So they have this thing on like Amazon where you can read books and stuff like that. Yeah, I did. I signed up for it. They didn't ever call me. Yeah. Go ahead and send a sister a cash app. That would be nice. I hope Angela and Charles are okay. They seem fine to me. I don't know. There's just not I don't know. Are you getting chemistry? Are you getting like he can't wait to her? Are you getting that she can't him? She gets really defensive about him, but it's not like sexy defensive. Whereas I feel like Brit, she be all over Mike. Brit is like, oh baby, like she's just like she can't keep her hands off her man. Like she is like there's a little, and he'd be like, ooh, patting her and pictures and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe they're younger, so it's different. I don't know. Let's see. Milo, hey, 3 big dogs. Oh, you make the dog food with right on. Look, sister from another mister, right? It's cheaper when you have a great just go get your big ass bag of rice And then you always find a can of something. And you don't even need to put a lot of cans if you put the right broth in there and stuff. It can have a lot of good flavor. And it doesn't even make their poo do nothing different. And when you think about it, do you think that if you were an animal, that you would feel like eating hard ass kibble that humans said was good for you when it's really just trash off their floor and then it's pressed into little cubes and fed to your dog? It's like literally all the byproducts from all the other foods. And then they're like, here, this is great for your dog. Do you really think that shit is good for your dog? I don't know. It could be. And nutritionally, we adopted a pity from Seattle. Yes. Yes. Um, my mother was a hairdresser. Kenya went too big. She should have gotten a smaller salon, more like a boutique, and then grew. Yes, she started off way big. She started off She by Sheen. She started off She by Sheen. Yes, she don't want to start off at the bottom. Now we're here. Started from the bottom. Now the whole team is fucking here. She want to start it from here and then fall here. There's steps, right? Porrito. Yes, she's all of that, right? When you interfere with someone's money, it becomes serious, large. And one of the things that I was so ignorant on Angela is Brit's story has been plastered on national TV. This will make prospective called stay away from you for years. Yeah, protective clients stay away from you for years. Even if she's still vindicated, that's money lost. Exactly. And I'm really glad that Brit, is on film stacking her case. She's crying, she's emotional, she can't sleep. It's affecting her. It's affecting her business. She's being investigated. It's affecting her reputation. She's having money lost. What if people had been buying her master classes and now the season has aired and she saw a decline in sales of her master classes? That's further financial. I hope she sues the fuck out of Kenya Moore. I hope she does. I hope she does. Kenya went too far. She's been going too far for too long. And if freaking other people can, yeah, sue that bitch. Sue her. In Georgia, it's an automatic felony. She's lucky she's still walking around doing Tamron Hall shows with Brooklyn with her AI generated book and not in the clink with Karen. She's lucky. Automatic felony to show explicit images, even if she drew it with a crayon in Georgia. Google it. So fabulous, messed all it up. Brit took like the hood rat she is. Acts. Wait. Uh, Twirl Fabulous messed all that up for Brit, like the hood rat she acts like. Yep, she does act like a hood rat. I don't know if it's her Detroit be coming out of Ken that she just goes straight to the gutter. She be going right to the gutter, but then she's like, "Oh, you cut me to the white meat. Oh, you cut me to the white meat." But she can go in the gutter. If you cut me to the white meat, wah, wah, wah. She's such a villain victim. I can't. I can't. Mademoiselle Kenya should have learned to be a hairdresser first before starting a salon. Krista Marie totally agrees with you, right? And freaking Kathy agrees. You love my freckles? Thanks. I do have freckles. I don't know if that's because my great great grandma was, and yeah, I don't know what freckles really come from. I don't know. I thought it was sun, but I kind of developed them early, way before my sun phase. Thank you. Brit definitely has a right to be defensive. Thanks for being here, Christina. I appreciate you. It was not aggressive. Who wouldn't be defensive in that situation? Your emotional intelligence is very high. You have a high emotional IQ to recognize that defensiveness was warranted in that situation. And I appreciate your comment. If someone was toxic to Kenya, it would be a hot mess and the booty meat would be flopping all over every time. Every time. I'm still on some night jammies. Oh, burning up a menopause smile every night, right? Like I can't wear my flannel nightgown. I would be freezing and I'll start my flannel nightgown and before the end of the night it's balled up in the corner of the floor because I triggered a mega heat flash in the middle of my sleep. Okay. Yes. Caliber girl, true, but she was the namesake and her mom and hair products. She should have stayed in the background and created her brand little by little. I agree. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with baby steps, you guys. She's like, oh, she had her product. It would have been cute to just have, like, you're right, a boutique Kenya Moore hair care supply front or with the little, like maybe two chairs here, two chairs there, not like a row of chairs and three levels and shit. It's kind of sad. I mean, I love the ingenuity and the entrepreneurship and the vision. I love it. However, it doesn't feel like it was very well planned out because she doesn't have clients there to pay for her daughter's graduation to re-up. She don't have no clients, and then she had a grand closing. She should be in that bitch every fucking day since she got fired. Her shop should be the most populous shop in the last 9 months, and she got fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta. But instead, it's still closed. It's weird. Another great option, use professionals in front and focus on marketing. Yep. And she could have just been the face. But she threw it all away. Kenya's a mess. After she called Angela a bitch, I said, this is just who Kenya is, a nasty bitch. Yep. Then Kenya had her hair show where she could have focused on quality and talented dressers. Yep. Couture fashion shows. Yep. She could have done something. But instead, Ken went to where she goes. Hell. She twirled on down the hill, as Portia put it. And I did not appreciate Portia sitting up there crying at Shamia's house about her divorce from Simon when he didn't even know they was about to get divorced. She the only one that knew. And she's sitting here crying about it. I just wish them what? You just wish what? You just who? You're crying because Pilar doesn't have him anymore, but you took him from her and made his kids homeless. Let's not forget that's the kind of bitch Portia is. She's literally crying about, oh, where's Simon for Pilar? But Simon posted all those months ago, about 9 months ago also, that his kids don't have no place to be. They had all lived in that house together. He had 3 kids from previous marriages, and they all had to find another place. And her and Pilar get to live in that big ass house, and she wants us to cry. She wants us to cry that Pilar asked where Pop Pop was. No, I'm crying for Simon's kids. I'm just crying for Simon's kids because Portia could have went back to Mama Diane's house that she gave her or whatever. But no, she wants to be in Simon's house because it's actually in Atlanta. It's not all the way over an hour away at Portia's house. It's in Atlanta because that's how rich Simon was. Okay. That's how much of a scammer he was not, that his property gets to be in Atlanta. The mortgage that's in his name is in Atlanta. That's why I think she's fighting for that house because she wants to be in the mix of it all, but she don't want to have. She's trying to save money on gas, pretty much. Okay. Okie dokie. So I feel like Kenya went too far. I think the biscuits are ready to put in the oven. Oh, are they big? Oh, okay. Here, I'll come down. I forgot. They're sticking together big. Okay, here I come. That was my youngest. I need to go check on. I was making some bread rice downstairs. I was making some Bridgeford rolls. Yeah, so I'm gonna go pop them in the oven. Thank you guys for being here. Is that all I wanted to really talk about? Did we go over what really happened? Revenge porn laws, defamation, slander, the Georgia Insurance Commissioner, and oh, we did not talk about what Brit Eady's next legal move could be, but I feel like she could have a legal, yeah, she obviously has a legal leg to stand on. Our Esquire in residence, Manny's TV talk. He's not here right now, but I believe he also said it was actionable. So anyway, you guys, thanks for coming through. On your way in or out, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, ring my bell so you can get notified when I upload videos and so you can become part of the beautiful curvy community here in the YouTube streets. Okay. Where is it? Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and smash the buttons. Thanks everybody for coming through. Trying to get to you know what. My intro. See you guys in the next video. Peace.